you scroll through posts on Instagram or TikTok of beautifully created art pieces in the process of creating it, have you ever been shocked to realize that it wasn't created by a human, but by a machine? This is the world we live in today, where one cannot decipher between the human touch or algorithms. And this isn't affecting just the user, but the artists whose work is being stolen. According to several articles and studies by Britannica and the New Yorker, AI art is taking over the art industry at an alarming rate, and artists don't have the means to fight back against it. But let's start from the beginning. AI has been around for over 70 years now, ever growing and evolving to what we know what it is now. AI started as a program that was intended to learn from its user, growing and adapting to information as time went on. In the 1950s, there was a competition called the Turing's Test. Here, AI was put to the test, with a human interrogator and a human and a machine. The interrogator had to tell the difference between the machine or the human using text. If they couldn't tell the difference, then the computer won. This jump-started the AI industry and created it to what it is today. In the years following, AI grew to be more than just words and phrases, but a whole database of knowledge. In 1951, AI computers were able to play complete games of chess and checkers. In the years following the competition, computers could evolve into solving problems that were put into its database, such as GPS navigation. And in 1966, it was able to decipher English and other languages. In the late 2010s, AI began to delve into the art world, creating small images from databases from artists around the world. In the past few years, though, programs have been created that can mimic certain art styles to a frightening degree. Callum McCurran, an artist, found out that their name was being used with increasing frequency in these art AI databases. McCurran found out that his art was being used more than 12,000 times with these AI art models. And due to its learning, it created images that were nearly identical to his own pieces of work, to where he couldn't even tell the difference between the AI art and his own art. In this year, several artists, including McCurran, have filed a lawsuit against these AI art companies for stealing their work. This class action lawsuit by these artists is specifically going after their copyright. The artists had not consented to having their artwork used in these AI art programs, and they were not compensated for their involvement, even as the companies, such as Midjourney, charged for their tools. Their influence was not credited, and these images that were being used to produce their work were not credited as their own. The AI companies did not credit or advertise the artwork of the people that the human operators fed into the system. But the AI art companies are disputing these copyright claims. They say that the programs are only blending pieces of artwork from across the internet, and they are not using one specific picture to copy. And where they're using the internet, the engines which they learn recreate the pictures that are found. It is a constant push and pull of rejection or acceptance in the AI art community from the non-creator perspectives. Advocates for AI art say that all art is taken and used with different styles. That's just how they learn to create their own style. And they think that these artists are just gatekeeping the art world, keeping it as an elitist society. But the opponents argue that this art is made exactly like the certain artist's art, and therefore is taking away their customers and their uniqueness. But in the end, AI art has adapted throughout the years to be a learning, growing machine that can also replicate language and science. Now in the modern age, artists are fearing for their jobs as AI art has stolen and recreated their own art styles without their consent or their knowledge. It is a growing battle between artists and these AI art companies that doesn't have a clear right and wrong. The outcomes of these court cases may decide the fate of AI art as a whole, and this will change the art world forever. Who knows? Someday, you may not be able to tell a Da Vinci painting from an algorithm.